So Denuvo is gone from 007 First Light. There was a change in SteamDB history today. People noticed it, I think a couple of hours ago. And that means we can finally do the test everybody always argues about in the post for Denuvo, whether it's actually affecting FPS. And on the Steam Deck, you can really notice this because the Steam Deck games usually don't run well enough. So if you can squeeze a little extra FPS, you can definitely notice the difference. Now, Denuvo, for those of you who don't know, Denuvo Anti-Tamper is a licensing layer. It's a DRM. It basically encrypts chunks of the executable code and then decrypts them at runtime after checking that your machine actually owns the license to the game that you're playing. You get an offline token so you can play without a connection, and that token can be invalidated by a game update, a Steam update, moving your install, or even changing your Proton layer. That's why people have actually been having issues with Denuvo on the Steam Deck. Once you do go online, the game phones home, sort of, before it lets you in and lets you play. And there is actual process running constantly with Denuvo, and that process runs on the CPU. So there is some evidence that Denuvo is impacting performance. However, it's not something that you're going to notice in an average frame rate. Mostly you're going to notice in a 1% loss or frame time spikes, hitching when you cross a streaming boundary, load times, stuff like that. And on the Steam Deck, there is another layer because all of that runs through Proton, and on a CPU that's already a bottleneck in most modern games. So today I have sort of a comparison. I have some footage from when I originally tested the game in my first video, and I had to cut it up because I really wanted to try and sync up the footage so that we can see the differences. And I'm going to let you watch that comparison. Right now what you're seeing is gameplay from today, from the newest update with Denuvo removed. And with that comparison and with this footage, I can tell you that it is running better, but really not that much better. It's probably gaining 1 or 2 FPS in some scenes, but overall it's not really that dramatic of a difference. But that's gonna be it for this video. It's gonna be very casual, very short, and I'm gonna let you watch the comparison and you can draw your conclusions whether Denuvo is or isn't that big of a performance hit, especially on an older machine like the Steam Deck. That's gonna be the whole video. So enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.